far out. Thanks for tuning in. But everybody tuned in, thanks. We're about 14 minutes away. We're going to do a couple things. Thanks for tuning in. Doc Lawless is in the house. That's always a good thing. Harley Grace, if you're watching from home, thank you so much for tuning in. Papa will be home on Monday, and we'll go swinging. Swinging all day long. On behalf of West Texas Roller Derby and the Dallas Derby Devils, welcome to Governor's Cup 2025. We got 2 tracks of roller derby coming your way. 14 teams. We'll see who takes home the Governor's Cup. Live from the Lubbock Convention Center here in beautiful downtown Lubbock. We're watching Alamo City on their warm-ups now. Announcing this game for you, we're going to have Trouble and Huck. They'll be with you in a few minutes. They're doing their last-minute strategies. They'll have super producer Johnny Pepper on the end there, making sure everything's cool. Thanks for tuning in. We're so glad you're here. We'll have some roller derby for you just as quickly as we can get this production on the road. Far out. Time is frozen. How about making some noise for our photographers here today? As always, we love our skating officials and non-skating officials. Yeah, let's go live. And the camera says, no, let's wait a second. Right? We're losing cameras and stuff. I think we're still on the stream, or the audio is still in the stream. Cool. We're going to get it right for you. We're not going to start Derby. And, well, we might have to, but we'll let you know what's going on. The audio is working just fine. I know. There is. The camera went down. Oh, and it's a 30-second delay. Muffin says, I can't hear you yet, Johnny. Yes, you can hear me 30 seconds ago, Muffin. I want to take this opportunity to thank our medics. Thank you, all our medics. Our videographer, Hit Squad TV, and Squad We Trust. We got the voices of these two teams bringing you the call today. Troubled Clef, Huckleberry Gin. On the sticks for Game 1 of Governor's Cup 2025. That was close, wasn't it? Governor's Cup. Trying to get a commercial in, you know me. No. Yes. I bet it sounds okay. I sounded good in the test. Oh. Well, tell Cody to turn me up. Once again, thanks for tuning in if you're tuning in on the stream. Thanks for being here if you're here already live and in person. Are we live, Cody? Cody Gill Band. Go check it out wherever you see your music. Hi, I'm Johnny Pepper. We're live from Governor's Cup 2025. After a long hiatus, Governor's Cup is back. I'm so honored to be here with a microphone talking to you about it. As always, we're going to start first. If I could get people to rise. If you're a gentleman, please remove your headgear. And to sing our national anthem is Coco.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets
One more time, give some love to Coco. I want to throw it over to the voices for game one. Welcome to Governor's Cup 2025.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, Roller Derby World. I am Huckleberry Gin, and I am joined by...
Hello, my name is Trouble Clef, and welcome to Governor's Cup 2025. It's great to be here with my friend Huckleberry Gin.
For our first game today, we have Alamo City Roller Derby Las Tejanas in black facing off against the Dallas Derby Devils Battalion of Doom. I will let my friend here introduce Alamo City.
All right, starting off the roster for Alamo City Roller Derby Las Tejanas, we have number 021, Moshes with Wolves. Number 1128, Antisocial. Number 1212, La Guerra Loca. Number 1137, Largo. Number 182, Venus Envy. Number 1900, Entropy. Number 22, Ace. And we'll finish after this jam.
All right, that first whistle is going to have us off. We have Largo wearing the star for Alamo City and 0022 for Dallas Derby Devils. Both jammers working their way past the pivot line, and it will be Largo out first with Lee Jammer.
And there goes 0022, and right behind in a scoring position.
Largo caught up here a little bit on the Dallas blockers, trying to call it off, hopefully before 22 can get any points. Let's see. We're going to have 1 point go on the board for Alamo City, 2-0 for Dallas Derby Devils.
And continuing that roster, we have number 26, Gladiatrix, number 30, Big Drawers, number 481, Anastasia, number 5150 or 5150, Alligator, 666, Kryptonite, 68, Aneurysm, 716, Valerian Steel. To be continued.
On the line for Dallas Derby Devils, that is Disaster wearing the star, facing off against Valerian Steel from Alamo City. Both jammers here at the pivot line, pushing through these packs. Quite a scrum wall situation as both jammers looking for any space, and it will be Valerian Steel out first with lead. D not too far behind.
Slicing through the pack like her namesake, the Valerian Steel Sword from Game of Thrones.
Able to scoot through that pack pretty much untouched, I believe. Yep. Oh, no, only picking up 2 points there for Alamo City. However, still 3 points. I didn't see the third. Holding Dallas Derby Devils scoreless 4-0 going into jam number 3.
Couple more names on that list. We have number 718, Violet Protest, 7502, Scully Vera, 781, Peanut Brutal, 82, Cracker Japs, or CJ, and number 99, Carnage Cat.
We'll introduce the Battalion of Doom after this jam. On the line for Dallas Derby Devils is Tamarama, facing off against Venus Envy for Alamo City.
That was an great hit there on Tamarama, hitting her on into the inside line, forcing to recycle. And we have Venus Envy as lead jammer for Alamo City.
Tamarama being currently bridged back by Big Draws. Doing a big drawback, if you will.
Love it.
As Venus Envy picks up 4 points for the Tejanas, coming around looking for a second scoring pass. Looks like we will be losing an Alamo City blocker to the box for a direction of gameplay, just as Venus Envy gets out, picking up another 4 points.
Yes, indeed.
Tamarama looking for some space here, looking for some offense, and now out after a clever star stash there.
Gotta love a good star stash.
Just as Venus Envy comes back into the pack, looking to pick up some more points.
And Venus Envy calling off the jam yet again, keeping Dallas Derby Devils from scoring any points. You want to go ahead and introduce some of those Dallas Derby Devils for us?
Absolutely. So we have 0022, 0022, 199, Thrillery, number 2, Tamarama, 211, Leviathan, 27, Glitter Pisser, 40, Disaster, 415, Can't Tax This, 420, The High Priestess, 71, Sin Esperanza, 8, Night Fury, 84, Your Captain, Powerline, 9009, Felonious Flinging Monkey, 911, Poison Ivy, and 922, OG Max. On the line right now is the High Priestess for Dallas Derby Devils, facing off against Entropy for Alamo City. Priestess at the top of the pack here in turn 1, picking up lead jammer for Dallas, the first lead for Dallas this game. Entropy finding way out at the same spot, basically, as Dallas comes around looking to put some points on the board.
Yes, that was a great assist there by Peanut Brutal to get Entropy out of the pack.
Call off there from the Dallas Derby Devils. Let's see, they're able to put 1 point on the board, bringing our score 15-1, Alamo City. Did you know, with over 20 years on the road, Wild Bill's Craft Beverage Company has been serving up authentic old-school sodas and craft beverages, featuring the best root beer in town at events nationwide. Proudly veteran-owned and operated, they honor those who've served while delivering bold flavors to flavor seekers everywhere. Stop by the Governor's Cup Vendor Village and get an unlimited daily refills with a purchase of a mug. On the line here, we have 0022 wearing the star for Dallas Derby Devils, facing off against Antisocial for Alamo City, and it will be Antisocial with lead.
You know, it's funny. We decided that Antisocial's name will be related to Psychosocial, but her name was actually because she was just way too quiet. But she will call the jam there, putting some 1 point on that board. I do want to mention that we want to say a big thank you to the Lubbock Listing Room for being our Governor's Cup 2025 Track 2 sponsor. The Lubbock Listing Room is where story meets sound. Their monthly events are curated to provide you with one-of-a-kind experiences. Officially hosted at Johnny Velvet, they are now thrilled to provide a even better experience, so come hang.
All right, on the line here, it's Disaster wearing the star for the Battalion of the Doom, facing off against Largo. Both jammers caught up in quite a scrum of a wall here, but it will be D with a beautiful tiptoe turn on the line, picking up lead jammer. Largo hot on her heels. And as that jam is called off, we will see... Looks like our jam ref is confirming it's going to be 2 points on the board for Dallas, bringing us 16-3 going into jam number 7, Alamo City. Quick shout out to our officials for this game. We have Barnes and Chernobyl, Damon Mistress, Mr. Cheetah, Jake from Skate Farm, George, Pixie Sticks, Buzz Killer, The Doctor, Luna Shovegood, Lightning McQueer, Mr. Catatonic, Fruit of the Doom, Lollipopum, SOS, Dexter, Spunky Brewster, and Bionic.
And again, we have Tamarama and Valerian Steele on that line.
Huge hit out from Poison Ivy on Valerian Steele,
that
the
was
jammer
a huge hit
for Alamo City there. Tama looking for some space at the top of the pack, out picking up a lead jammer for the battalion.
Yeah, that was a beautiful hit on Valerian Steele. I'm sure she didn't appreciate the hit, but it was a great hit on that inside line.
Valerian Steele with one to beat at the top of the pack here to complete her initial. Does look like taking a big hit from Glitter Pisser, but able to shake it off and get back onto the track as Tamarama puts 4 points on the board for Dallas.
And calling that jam.
Did you forget some important pieces of gear? Goodfoot Skates is the DFW's area go-to spot for all things roller skating, wheels, bearings, toe stops, etc. They're also here in-house. They're on hand for expert skate repairs and assistance throughout the tournament. Plus, in support of Governor's Cup, Goodfoot Skates generally donated Fox 40 Pearl whistles for officials to help keep the games running smoothly. Thank you, Goodfoot Skates, for your continued support of our skating community.
Yes, thank you very much. And we have Venus Envy on the jam line up against the High Priestess.
High Priestess with lead jammer there, but Venus catching up quickly. This is Dallas's third lead jam in the row. Priestess deciding to go ahead and call that jam, preserve a 0-0 jam with a game this tight. That's a great call when you're behind. You want to get right back out there and pick it up again.
We also want to say a big thank you to Savage Tiki Lounge for being our Governor's Cup 2025 Jammer Line sponsor for both tracks, as well as our official after-party host. Located in Lubbock, Texas, Savage Tiki Lounge offers what we like to call Texas Tiki style, and you better believe the drinks and food are amazing. Rolling out new takes on everyday classics. Come check them out at the after-party on Saturday, August 16th.
On the line here, we have Entropy wearing the star for Alamo City, facing off against 0022 for the Dallas Derby Devils. 2-2 out with lead, making this the fourth lead jam in a row for Dallas. However, Entropy also quickly out behind her Tutu really putting on the gas here to try to be able to pick up some points while keeping Alamo at 0. Let's see if she's successful. Oh, a little team-on-team violence there as we see Tutu call off that jam. That was... we do see 3 points on the board for Alamo City here. However, it does look like a coach is in the middle talking. So we'll see what happens with this. All right. The 3 points will stand as the jam starts. Disaster, the jammer of record for Dallas Derby Devils, facing off against Largo for Alamo City.
And we have Largo coming out as lead jammer for Alamo City, while Disaster has been pulled back multiple times. This time we have Ace pulling back Disaster back to the back of the pack.
Dee able to shake off a hit there from 3 different Alamo blockers as she's looking for some space. We are going to see an illegal contact penalty assessed here to an Alamo City blocker. You can't touch our friends when they're on the ground.
Oh, and nice little star stash there. It looks like when Disaster went down there, they were trying to block that star that had fallen to the ground.
We'll see 2 points on the board there for Alamo City, holding Dallas scoreless, bringing our score to 21-7, Alamo City. Going into jam number 11.
And on the Savage Tiki Lounge jam line, we have Antisocial jamming against Tamarama. Antisocial taking the outside line, jamming around, getting lead jammer for Alamo City.
Tam out after shaking off a hit there from Big Draws from Alamo City, just as Antisocial hits the pack, looking to pick up some points. Both jammers sneaking their way through here. And we will see 4 points on the board for both jammers that pass.
Antisocial coming up behind, trying to get more points on the board. Let's see what they... And Antisocial is going to call that jam.
It's going to be a 0-0 in that second scoring pass for both jammers, making it a 4-4 wash jam. Holding our score here going into jam number 12 at 25-11 Alamo City.
And it looks like we have an official review.
Called by Dallas, which while we're here, let's talk about our wonderful coaches. Coaching the Battalion of Doom, we have Wombo Combo, G.I. Joel, Quadzilla, and Pyromania. And coaching for Alamo City, we have Jackie Mayday, Pleasure to Beat You, Black and Bluebell, and SoCal Menace.
And don't forget to check out the Vendors Village all weekend long, featuring derby gear, custom sodas, relaxing wellness treatments, and a variety of awesome merch and local vendors. We also want to mention unlock clarity and confidence with WLSL Leadership. They help you deal with complicated power dynamics because whether it's policies, structures, or relationships, the same foundational forces are at play. Let them help you build dynamics you want to and navigate the ones you've got.
We'll see if we get some information here about that official review. It does look like I'm not seeing the dot go away on the scoreboard, which makes me think Dallas won their official review. Still waiting. Don't quite know what the call is for. All right, so we don't know what the review is for. It does look like Dallas lost it as that dot is no longer on the scoreboard, so they will not retain their review for the half. However, High Priestess will pick up lead jammer for Battalion of Doom. Largo wearing the star for Alamo City, out on Priestess's heels, trying to eat up the track behind her and force a call off.
High Priestess has been getting lead jammer quite a bit today. Largo coming through at the front of the pack. Looks like Largo's going to be putting a few 4 points on the board for Alamo City as High Priestess comes around as well for another scoring pass. Dallas Derby Devils speeding up the pack, trying to keep Largo from getting to the pack as well. Looks like that strategy worked for Dallas Derby Devils.
Looks like we're going to see 2 points go up for Alamo City there. I do see a delayed 2 points going up on the board here for Dallas, making that a 6-6 jam. As we go into jam at number 13 here, we have Valerian Steele wearing the star for Alamo City, but it'll be 0022 with the Battalion of Doom as your lead jammer.
Yeah, 0022 just sped right through that pack, but Valerian Steele went right through as well, just right hot on her wheels. 0022 getting those points and calling the jam.
Don't forget to unlock clarity and confidence with WSL leadership. They help you deal with complicated power dynamics because whether it's policy, structures, or relationships, the same foundational forces are at play. Let them help you build the dynamics you want and navigate the ones you got. On the line here, it is Disaster for Dallas Derby Devils picking up lead jammer with Entropy being caught up there in turn 2 wearing the star for Alamo City.
A little bit of a friendly fire there with the Alamo City team. Violet Protest telling Entropy to go, go, go. And Entropy doing a star stash, able to get through the pack, and on a scoring pass, Disaster getting hit out on the outside line by Antisocial.
Deciding to go ahead and call that off, picking up 2 points there for Dallas. 3, excuse me. Bringing our score 32-21, Alamo City.
And on the Savage Tiki Lounge Jam line, it looks like we have... I can't see from here. We have Venus Envy up against Tamarama.
Tamarama pushing that Alamo City tripod past that pivot line, looking into turn 1, almost there. We are going to see a forearm assessed to an Alamo City blocker and lead assessed to Tamarama.
Venus
It does look like there was a star pass there to Ace from Alamo City.
And Ace is out of the pack, speeding to the pack itself. Jam is called by Tamarama. Largo and the High Priestess on the Savage Tiki Lounge Jam line. High Priestess just breaks through that pack. And CJ sneaking through the pack with a star pass. That happened so fast, I didn't even know what happened until CJ was out of the pack.
Priestess out picking up a quick 4 points here as CJ looks to make her way through the Dallas Derby Devils tripod. Caught up there on Felonious Flinging Monkey and Leviathan as Priestess makes it through for another 4 points.
Priestess just hugged that inside line and got right through the pack.
CJ still caught up in this Battalion of Doom, deciding to try a little defensive move there as a jammer instead, as Priestess quickly breaks through that Alamo City tripod, putting another 4 points on the board as CJ is able to get out.
And that was a beautiful jump that Priestess did on that outside line to get through the pack.
That's going to be a 13-4 jam in favor of the Derby Devils, making this a 5-point game. We're going to see a timeout called here by, I believe, Alamo City.
And if you'd like, do you have a question about roller derby or the venue? Do you need assistance of any kind? Look for a tournament manager, and they'll be happy to help. We also want to make a huge shout out and thank you all. Thank you to all of the skaters, officials, announcers, fans, volunteers, etc., who traveled to be here this weekend. Governor's Cup wouldn't be happening without all of you. So thank you so much to everyone that traveled to be here this weekend.
Can't get enough Derby. The return of Clover Cup, hosted by the Dallas Derby Devils, is March 13th through 15th, 2026 at NITEC Sports Center in North Richland Hills, Texas. Follow the Dallas Derby Devils and the Clover Cup Facebook page for more information. Also, applications, if you are an MRDA, WFTDA, or JRDA team, are still open until the 25th. Get your applications in now. On the line for Alamo City, we have Venus Envy facing off against 0022 for Dallas Derby Devils.
That's that Savage Tiki Lounge Jam line. Let's see if we're going to have a Dallas Derby Devil as lead jammer or a Tejana. I hear a penalty called. Looks like it's a multiplayer called, and it's going to be on Ace from the Tejanas. And we have lead jammer Venus Envy with 0022 right behind her as she gets to that pack. Peanut Brutal doing an awesome job there, getting 0022 out right as Venus Envy calls the jam.
And with that score, we have the first palindrome score of the tournament, 43 Alamo City and 34 Dallas Derby Devils. Johnny Pepper saying, shout out to Chip Queso.
Palindrome. I love a good palindrome.
On the line here, we have Valerian Steele wearing the star for Alamo City, but it will be Disaster from Dallas Derby Devils as your lead jammer.
Valerian Steele is right behind Disaster. Disaster calls that jam, making sure no points are scored on that board for Alamo City.
A smart call there by that Dallas jammer, noting that there is a blocker from Alamo City in the box. So they're going to have a slight pack advantage going into this jam as well as the last.
100%. And on that Savage Tiki Lounge jam line, we are going to have Largo from Alamo City. Who we got over there from
Tamarama for the Battalion of Doom.
Thank you so much. I love that my team is playing your team right now.
It's excellent.
We got Huck is from Dallas, and I am from San Antonio. And so our teams are playing each other right now, so it's kind of fun. Hometown announcers with their own teams. But we are not, showing any favoritism, promise.
Oh, yeah. Huge Derby scrum there, but it will be Largo able to jump out of that with a juke to the outside, picking up lead jammer. Tams working their way through the tripod there, able to scoot by with a nice little spin just as Largo re-engages with the pack.
And it looks like we have a position call that goes to Ace. Ace will be joining Aneurysm in the box. So Alamo City will be starting with 2 blockers down, giving Dallas a definite advantage going into this next jam.
Seems to be a little bit of a shuffle of blockers here as we get ready for jam number 20.
And on that Savage Tiki Lounge jam line, we have Entropy up against Priestess. Priestess just jamming so powerfully through that pack. Almost unstoppable this afternoon. I would not want to be jamming up against Priestess. CJ and Violet making a great 2-wall, but just not enough to get past for Priestess.
Entropy here caught up in the Dallas tripod, stuck on Leviathan and Monk. And now can't tax this as Priestess comes through looking up to pick up some more points.
Full pack back on the track, all 80 wheels in action.
Priestess being recycled to the back of the pack there by number 68. That's Aneurysm, the captain for Alamo City.
It makes a difference when all 80 wheels are in action on the track. You're able to do a lot more work against the opposing team.
Absolutely. High Priestess deciding to call that off, preserving a 4-point advantage for Dallas in that jam, making it 8-4 jam. Our score is 51-42 Alamo City, and we'll see an official timeout called.
And with that official timeout, we are going to go ahead and give a shout out to Hit Squad. Whether you want to capture your hard-hitting blocks, dazzling points, or slick jukes, Hit Squad has you covered with professional quality individual and team videos. And if I am not mistaken, Hit Squad is who is bringing you this live coverage right this moment. So thank you so much to Hit Squad and all you are doing for us this weekend at Governor's Cup 2025. Right now we are have a score of 51-42 in favor of Alamo City Roller Girls with just over 8 minutes left in this half. We also want to mention, do you like fashion? Maybe interested in a purse? Check out the raffle for a LV-inspired purse and handbag. Every dollar raised helps support DC Doggos Rescue. DC Doggos Rescue is a possum nonprofit dedicated to rescuing and educating about the amazing Doggo Argentino breed. They help home and foster doggos all over the U.S.
And that whistle has us off. Venus Envy wearing the star for Alamo City, facing off against 0022 for Dallas Derby Devils. I hear some whistles. I'm not sure what's going on. I think we are losing a blocker from Alamo City to the box for a multiplayer. OG Max going one-on-one with Venus Envy, but Venus Envy able to get by, picking up a lead jammer for Alamo City.
I love how you said I heard some whistles. I'm not sure what's going on. You know what? I think that most of the time when we hear whistles on the track, skaters, they don't know what's going on either.
Oh, absolutely. Venus Envy able to pick up 4 points as 0022 is out, completing her initial pass. Venus Envy deciding to call that off, making it a 4-0 jam, Alamo City.
And that's no knock to the skaters, refs, or non-skating officials. It's just there's so much happening at once on that track. I hear whistles all the time when I'm being a non-skating official. I'm like, who did it, where'd it come from, and why?
Seeing some really short, quick gameplay here in this first half by these teams. We're looking at this. We're in Jam 21 of the first half, and we still have 7.5 minutes left in this half.
My goodness.
Might make it to Jam 30. Who knows?
And on that Savage Tiki Lounge jam line, we have Valerian Steel up against Disaster. Oh, my goodness. They broke out at almost exactly the same time. Right now, it is Valerian Steel in the lead, calling that jam wisely, preventing points on either side, but preserving the lead for Alamo City there. And if you can't get enough Derby, the return of Clover Cup, hosted by the Dallas Derby Devils, is March 13th through 15th, 2026 at NITEC Sports Center in North Richland Hills, Texas. Follow the Dallas Derby Devils at Clover Cup.
On the line, we have Largo, who is now your lead jammer and wearing the star for Alamo City. Tamarama wearing the star for the Battalion of Doom, looking for some space and help from her friends here as Largo comes around, looking to pick up some points.
Nice three-wall in the back of the pack by Dallas, holding back Largo, trying to prevent points from getting on the board by Alamo City.
Beautiful offense there from Leviathan, getting Tamarama out, completing her initial pass, as Largo is completing her first scoring pass, caught up in that Dallas tripod.
Largo ever observant, trying to keep an eye on Dallas jammer while also trying to get through the pack.
Looks like we will be losing the pivot for Alamo City to the box. Didn't quite see the call there. As Tamarama pushes this Alamo City 2-wall further up.
Oh.
Taking a big hit there from Peanut Brutal.
Peanut Brutal throws her hands in the air, making sure the refs know, I am not hitting a down skater. I am not about that life. Tamarama out of the pack for 4 points on the board. Largo still fighting up against that Dallas opposition. Decides to call that jam. Venus Envy back on the Savage Tiki Lounge jam line up against who we got back over there for Dallas. I'm learning still.
Sorry, that is the High Priestess wearing the star for Dallas.
I should know Priestess by now. I'll get it by the end of the last jam of the second half. Don't worry.
And that will be Priestess out with lead jammer for Dallas. Venus Envy still finding some space there at the top of turn one, able to get out, completing her own initial pass as Priestess comes around looking for points.
Priestess approaching the pack, weaving through the Tejanas, finding a way and being held back right now by Ace. Hit, but not out. We do have a penalty called on the Tejanas, and both jammers are out of the pack.
So far, a 4-4 wash jam here for both teams as they both come into the pack, both jammers come into the pack looking for some points. A run back there by Ace on the High Priestess.
And we have both teams with a blocker in the box. Oh, Ace goes down and the splits there. That did not look like fun. Priestess is out, though, for another 4 points on the board for Dallas.
Does look like Venus Envy is able to complete that scoring pass just as Priestess hits the pack again. Looking for some offense here from Night Fury. Beautiful rotation work by the Alamo City wall, but Priestess able to spin through, picking up her 4 points and calling that jam.
Where the clock is winding down on this half. Just over 3 minutes left. Score sitting at 67 to 58 in favor of the Tejanas. We want to thank you to the Brass Tap for being our Governor's Cup welcome reception host on Thursday evening. The Brass Tap Lubbock brings the flavor of a global brew for bar right to your neighborhood with 45 plus selections. This upscale yet welcoming beer bar also serves premium wine, specialty cocktails, and upscale shareables designed to pair with your favorite drink. Whether you visit to watch sports on TV or just for good conversation with friends, their menu packed with craveable bites pairs perfectly with any pour.
With some beautiful toe stop work on the outside line, that'll be Entropy as lead jammer for Alamo City. 0022 looking for some room here coming into turn two. See a huge hit out on the pivot, Leviathan, who is now the jammer of record for Dallas Derby Devils.
And Leviathan is fighting through that pack now, trying to get past Peanut Brutal with some brutal hits by Brutal.
Beautiful offense there from Monk on Dallas, able to get Levi out as Entropy picks up 4 more points.
Entropy calling the jam as the half winds down. We have less than 2 minutes left in this half. And on the Savage Tiki Lounge jam line, we have Disaster up against Valerian Steel.
Both jammers caught up in the other team's tripods here, looking for some space. D pushing that pack and picking up a lead jammer for Dallas. Valerian Steel looking for some offense, getting caught up on Poison Ivy and Powerline, but however is going to complete her initial as Disaster comes in on a first scoring pass.
Ooh, I love that jump that Disaster did as Disaster approached the pack. Nice way to get through and gets past Mosh and out of the pack for a scoring pass of 4 points.
Beautiful tripod work by the Battalion of Doom here, keeping Valerian Steel trapped in the wall as D comes in looking to pick up some more points. However, Valerian was able to get out and pick up 4.
Disaster has some great footwork that's really helping get through that pack right now. I'm here for it. Four more points for Valerian Steel coming around the track for Alamo City. And speaking of Alamo City, Disaster is fighting up against right now a 2-wall, mostly just a 2-2 for Ace. Ace is going to get a penalty, it looks like. I saw that one coming.
So maybe a forearm there as D picks up 4 more points.
Yeah, and amazing toe stop work by Disaster. I don't know if anybody else saw that, but stayed up on toe stops, almost out of bounds. Just beautiful, beautiful toe stop work.
D calling off that jam. Let's see how many points. Looks like she was able to get all 4. It's going to be a 16-10 jam, bringing us into intermission. 85 Alamo City, 74 Dallas Derby Devils.
And if you're feeling hungry, visit the Civic Center's concession stand for a bite to eat throughout the tournament weekend, located by Vendor Village and tournament main entrance. Welcome back to game one of Governor's Cup on track 2, Alamo City Roller Derby versus Dallas Derby Devils. We are going to tell you all about this last half. Right now we are at 85 to 74 in favor of Alamo City Roller Derby. It looks like we have had 12 leads to 11 leads in favor of Alamo City Roller Derby. That is really close. So they're pretty much very evenly matched here so far. It looks like right now, as far as points go as well, we've had a couple of big jams throughout. Looks like the highest scoring jam that we've had thus far for Alamo City is going to go to number 182, Venus NB. And then the highest scoring jam we've had so far on Dallas is, of course, going to go to High Priestess with a 13-point jam. Not surprised there one little bit. So we're definitely working with two very evenly matched teams. I am not surprised whatsoever. And we do want to give a shout out to Tax's Red Light District. Step into Tax's Red Light District, where cutting edge red light therapy meets the revolutionary power of Life Wave patches to ignite your wellness journey. Recharge, rejuvenate, and experience healing like never before. Your body will thank you.
Hey y'all, it's Lola Chola. This is my first time announcing, so let's take it easy.
Welcome, Lola Chola. I am so excited to have you here with me today.
Oh my goodness, I've been inspired by Johnny Pepper. How could I not volunteer?
I'm just gonna need to remind you that no swearing, okay?
Oh gosh.
I'm gonna need you to keep it calm, all right?
I think I could use some mac and cheese words. I got this. Oh fudge, ice cream.
It's okay. You're gonna be fine. We're gonna just have a conversation. It's completely fine.
Let's go, baby. We got 2-2 on the line versus Largo.
Yes. So that's gonna be it's the Savage Tiki Lounge Jam Line, because they are our sponsor of the Jam Line this weekend. And so.
Nice.
Wow,
nice.
That is a very tight pack we're starting with this afternoon for the second half of game one.
Barely making it to the pivot line.
And 0022
nice.
sneaks around Ace on the outside line.
Let's go with that lead. Dallas coming out of the pack. We got Largo hot on her trail.
No pack is called, forcing the pack to reset as Largo hits the back of the pack. 0022 calls the jam. And we have Disaster and Antisocial on the Savage Tiki Lounge jam line.
Fighting. Oh, we have lead. Let's go. Antisocial.
Antisocial speeding around the track, hoping to hit that pack before Disaster can catch up.
Ooh.
And let's see. We're waiting on that score there. I'm looking. I can't see them. It's Venus Envy.
Alamo with lead. Not far behind is Dallas. Let's go.
Both jammers right side by side as they hit the pack. Venus Envy stopped by a very strong wall of Dallas Derby Devils. Same thing for Tamarama. Big Draws and Violet Protest, led by CJ, having giving Tamarama a
Venus
run
with the
for her
pullback.
money. However, Tamarama goes down but not out. That was some incredible
Nice.
working, bobbing, weaving there for the Dallas Derby Devils.
That was a lot of work.
Like, I don't know if you saw her when she was on the apex right there, but I was like holding my breath to see if she was going to stay in bounds. I was like, you can do it, but like, I can't say it.
I want to emotionally support them.
Yeah, like,
All right, we got Priestess up on the line.
and Priestess and Entropy. These two have been going up against each other all day.
Oh,
and
nice.
Entropy is going to break out as lead jammer. Has not happened very often, if ever, when these two come up against each other. Priestess has proven to be a very hard jammer to beat, but that was a dangerous
Nice little
experiment
tumble.
there. I was wondering if that was going to result in anything penalty-wise, but doesn't look like it was.
All fair and war, right?
It's hard looking from here because you can't see all the intricacies that the referees can see. So it's like, what just happened? But
We got Largo versus 0022. Let's go.
I'm kind of disappointed that 0022 is not wearing a tutu. Like, I feel like
I know, right? It's part of her name.
right, but I
Right.
mean, it's like a, this is kind of like a high level game, so we probably
We got to
would
take it more
wanna-
serious. A tight
Yeah.
tutu.
I mean, I probably
Oh, and
wouldn't want
she's
a
out
tutu
with
my
lead
way.
jam. Let's go.
Largo is out as well, right behind 0022. Double 022 comes up against that Alamo City wall.
They are not making it easy. And there she goes. Quick little bunny hop, and we're out. Coming back for a second round of points. Largo's still
Oh.
fighting to get her first round.
That was an excellent hit there by Violet Protest, taking down a Dallas Derby Devil, trying to help Largo get through that pack.
We got Glitter Piss holding it down at the top. Let's go.
And Largo is out of the pack, putting
There.
4 more points on the board. How close is that score right now?
Oh,
Oh.
no. 2-2 going to take a little timeout.
Power jam, a little less than a minute left, and it's going to be a full 2-minute jam. This
All
is
right,
a chance for
Largo.
Largo to pick up some points and increase that lead. Nice teamwork there by Alamo City,
That was
just
a beautiful
clearing the
sweep.
way.
I love those. I love a good sweep. Just making everything so much easier.
Largo's through again with a little help from her friends.
Nice, nice. Oh,
Oh, CJ took a hard hit from 0022, as
Oh.
did Mosh. And 0022 goes down because big old hit from Big Draws. And Alamo City pulls back 0022 to the back of the pack.
her hits do not feel good. I have felt them before. I try to avoid those big draw hits.
I've been on the receiving end of a Big Draws hit, and it's a big hit. So I wouldn't recommend it. Wow, we have skipped like 3 of our reads because I've gotten so invested. So with over
Oh.
20 years on the road, Wild Bill's Craft Beverage Co. has been serving up authentic old school sodas with craft beverages, featuring the best root beer in town at events nationwide. Proudly
got
proudly
disaster.
veteran owned and operated, they honor those who've served while delivering bold flavors to flavor seekers everywhere. Stop by the Governor's Cup Vendors Village and get unlimited daily refills with the purchase of a mug. And out in front as your lead jammer is going to be Disaster. Ooh, as Valerian not only takes a big hit, but gets covered by 2 blockers from the Dallas Derby Devils. That had to hurt. You know it's a good game when you're so invested, you don't even notice how many jams have passed. Oh, big hit there. Looks like that was Ace that took down Disaster. Alamo City is busy pulling back Disaster to the back of the pack.
Both fighting around to come to the second corner. These blockers are not making it easy.
No pack is called, forcing the pack to reset. Valerian Steel breaks through the pack.
Dallas losing a blocker. Alamo losing a blocker. Let's keep this game even.
Valerian Steel busting through that pack. Taking no prisoners, putting 4 more points on the board for Alamo City. Oh, Trixie
nice
goes
footwork.
down as Dallas Derby Devils calls that jam. Another shout out here. Good Foot Skates is the DFW area's go-to spot for all things roller skating, wheels, bearings, toe stops, cushions, socks, pads, and more. Need a quick fix? They'll also be on hand for expert skate repairs and assistance throughout the tournament. Plus, in support of the Governor's Cup, Goodfoot generously purchased Fox 40 Pearl whistles for officials to help keep the games running smoothly. Thank you, Goodfoot Skates, for your continued support of our skating community.
I get all my parts from Good Skate.
Yes. They come to a lot of tournaments. I saw them at Clover Cup, too. And we have a lead jammer out of the pack. We have Venus Envy taking over that coveted spot.
And Venus holding it down, one-on-one, blocking that Dallas jammer.
Tamarama still fighting to get out of that pack. Both teams are now in triple digits as we are only 20 minutes into the second half. Venus Envy calls the jam. And we want to encourage you to unlock clarity and confidence with WSL leadership. They help you deal with complicated power dynamics because whether it's politics, structures, or relationships, the same foundational forces are at play. Let them help build the dynamics you want and navigate the ones you've got.
All right, we got High Priestess versus Entropy. All right, we have lead jammer, Dallas.
And there goes Priestess out in front. Antisocial, though, out of that pack. Antisocial is just such a powerful jammer. So much fun to watch.
Making a tight race.
Oh, Violet Protest goes down, but gets right back up. And 9-2-2 on the Dallas Derby Devils just takes out Antisocial. That's
OG Max.
OG
Yeah,
Max. That was
those
a
hits hard.
powerful hit. Antisocial just went boom down.
With a little help from Philnos Flig and Monkey.
Sin Esperanza is definitely making it difficult for Antisocial to get through that pack. Alamo City trying to help out Antisocial right now, but Aneurysm is going to go to the pack again for a direction call.
Coming back around for another
I'm not
round.
sure how many penalties that is for Aneurysm today, but she's definitely seen the inside of that penalty box quite a few times this afternoon.
She's got to keep it warm. Just testing the track out.
Oh, and finally we have 4 points on the board for High Priestess. That was a strong
this is a
pack
big
there.
point
Definitely
scoring
made it
jam.
difficult.
Exactly what this team needs.
Multiplayer called on Violet
She's already on
Protest.
20-point jam. Let's go, Priestess.
We have a 2-point game, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my God, this game just got a nail-biting close.
Okay, 6-point game, but still. That was a 20-point jam, highest jam of the game, and of course, it was Priestess that put that jam on the board.
Something about the pressure, you know? Towards the end, they always get these big scoring jams.
That was an amazing jam. I am not going to lie. Like, I am just like, bow down to the Priestess.
Yeah.
I am here for it. We do want to remind you that don't forget to check out the Vendors Village all weekend long, featuring derby gear, custom sodas, relaxing wellness treatments, and a variety of awesome merch and local vendors.
All right, we got 2-2 at the line with Largo.
And I've been reading the wrong ads. Yeah, I've been reading the wrong ads. Sweat, sip, skate, repeat. LMNT helps you stay strong from the first whistle to the last jam. Big thanks for their generous donation to our welcome gifts. That's LMNT. We also want to thank Lubbock Sports Medicine, the premier sports medicine, adult joint reconstruction and rehab center in the South Plains. Big thanks to them for keeping us safe at Governor's Cup all weekend long. I'm having so much fun. Like, so do you, girl?
Going into jam number 9. Next whistle starts the jam.
On that Savage Tiki Lounge jam line, we have Largo up against
Oh,
0022.
Quick, easy little bunny hop on the inside line. But we got Largo ready and out of that pack, chasing her down.
Even though she is sans 2-2, 0022 is through and scoring some points for Dallas Derby Devils as lead jammer.
Do you think it's like a runoff from 007?
Maybe.
I could see that. I need to ask her.
Whatever it is, I like it.
Yeah.
And we're now a 5-point game, 126 to 121. Just over 16 minutes left in this game as we enter Jam 9. This is anybody's game at this point as Entropy and Priestess line up on that Savage Tiki Lounge Jam line. Entropy taking the inside line, and that's not it's Disaster, not Priestess, my bad.
Yeah.
Entropy
These jammers
lead
have not been
jammer
giving
for
each
the
other a break,
Tejanas.
though. They have been on each other. If one gets out, the other one's hot behind them.
Yep, and it looks like the Tejanas are going to be doing that get your points and call it off mentality right now. Just trying to get as many points as they can before the other team can score so they can continually increase that differential.
Keep those points tight.
And we have Venus Envy on that Savage Tiki
And
Lounge
Tamarama.
Jam line up against Tamarama.
Oof.
Venus Envy out in front, lead jammer.
Sneaky.
Multiplayer called on Mosh for the Tejanas. And Tamarama is fighting up against
Ooh,
Peanut Brutal.
Peanut Brutal was giving her the business.
Peanut Brutal forced to let Tamarama go so that Tamarama can get through that pack. Yet again, Tejanas are going to call the jam before points can get scored for Dallas. All right, so that's Priestess. Now I know who I'm looking at. We got Priestess and Valerian on the Savage Tiki Lounge jam line. And Priestess is yet again out in front as your lead jammer. And a position penalty called on CJ.
Valerian
And
is still stuck.
we have 2 blockers in the box for the Tejanas.
Oh, power jam for Dallas. And we got the right jammer for the job. Priestess, let's go. Couple rounds, maybe the same time as last time.
We have a 1-point game right now, and Valerian Steel is in the box. So we have a power jam going on as Priestess is hit out by Big D, drawn back to the back of the pack. Just over a minute left in this jam. Priestess is through, and that's creating a what? What do we just have? A lead change. Hydrate.
Everybody drink your water. It's lead change time.
Valerian Steel out of the box and does a star stash, but does not get to come through for a scoring pass. And Dallas Derby Devils are leading the score.
Oh, wow.
Is this the first time that they've led today, or the second or third? It is the first time Dallas has taken the lead today with 137 to 131, 12 minutes left on the clock, approximately.
That's wild. We got your favorite Tutu back on the line with Largo.
And on that Savage Tiki Lounge jam line, we have 0022 up against Largo. Largo takes the lead jammer, gonna try and take those points back from Dallas. Largo through the pack, putting 4 points on the board.
Oh, not before she scores a couple points.
And it looks like Dallas was able to get 3 points. So we are still at about a 5-point differential for this game. And as a reminder, if you have a question about roller derby or the venue, or if you need assistance of any kind, look for the tournament manager, and they will be happy to help.
We got D back out there fighting against Entropy?
It's Entropy and Disaster.
Okay, Entropy.
Looks like Big D's going to the box.
That is a strong blocker to be losing.
Entropy with a good old star stash makes her way through the pack. Coming up to it, try and get through. But Dallas calls the jam.
Oh, they are keeping it as tight as possible.
Absolutely. And while we line up on the jam line, we do want to say thank you to Urban Apothecary for their generous donation towards our tournament MVP awards. I can't wait to see those. Skater made, trusted by athletes, physical therapists, and wellness professionals. Try their best-selling gummies for relaxation and rest, or the 4XL pain relief topicals to reduce inflammation and keep you on track. Shop online at urbanapothecary.shop.
Tamarama fighting that pack. Up.
It's 182. Got hit in the mouth.
Oh.
So when Venus does get up, let's give some love to Venus.
We want to give a big shout out to Venus Envy, who had a takedown on the track. She's going to spend a little bit of time with our medic. Huge shout out to our medics, without which we do not have Derby. So thank you so much for our medics to be here so that they can help take care of our skaters if the need arises. We don't like it when the need arises, but we are thankful that they are here when and if it happens.
I've definitely used them a couple times.
Yeah. I mean, you're a skater. I've been a skater.
Yeah.
We know how important those medics are.
Lost a nail.
Jammers and blockers, you want to pick overall? I got a B and a J by 2 people. That's my blockers and jammers.
Agreed. Yeah.
I try to spread the love out as much as I can. And they've had tremendous games.
And we do want to make sure that we do provide a huge shout out once again. We want to thank all of the skaters, especially the officials, announcers, and the fans and volunteers, etc., who traveled to be here this weekend. We know that Lubbock is kind of far for a lot of you. So we do want to really thank you for coming out here to Governor's Cup. I mean, this is the first time we've had Governor's Cup in a very long time. So thank you so much for being here. Governor's Cup would not be happening without you. We have Largo and Tamarama on the Savage Tiki Lounge jam line. With Big D out of the box, we have all 80 wheels on the track as Largo comes up for a scoring pass as lead jammer.
Dallas working hard to get their jammer out. Alamo giving their jammer exactly what they need. Offense right off the line.
Rut row, we have a jammer going to the box, which means that Largo is in a power jam situation. And stepping through the pack, putting 4 more points on the board. Alamo City signals Largo to call the jam, which Largo does.
Lead change.
So, we will start with Alamo City in a power jam situation and Entropy as jammer.
Hey, is this wireless going out on the stream? Maybe after the next jam? After this jam.
What?
Just for like 5 seconds.
Do what?
After this jam, I'm going to make an announcement on the stream. A public service announcement. We got people can't find it what track they're supposed to be on.
Oh, Entropy hit down there on the inside line by Can't Tax This. So Entropy tries the outside line, comes up against the Dallas pivot. Big, strong blocking there.
Fighting. Priestess is not going to let that out.
Wow, Priestess,
The other
you don't
jam-
just jam, you block. You
Tamara's-
block, girl. Don't worry, I checked the pronouns.
Tamara's out there fighting.
This might go down to the last jam.
Oh my goodness. This has to go down to the last jam.
And the jam is called, and we've had a what? What? Lead change. Everybody hydrate.
Just a quick public service announcement for all you out there on the stream. If you're looking for the other track, that's going to be the West Texas stream on the YouTube. Here on track, what is this track? Track 2 is Dallas Derby Devils. Thank you so much for tuning in. Johnny Pepper out.
Thank you, Johnny Pepper, for giving us that PSA. We want to make sure that everybody is able to see the team that they're looking for. Antisocial is your lead jammer of record. And
Tutu's going to the box. This is a power jam for Alamo.
so Antisocial is solo on that track in a power jam. Oh, there was no penalty to 0022. So 0022
nice.
rejoins the pack.
I love when that happens.
That's always frustrating when that happens.
I know.
I always
I'd
feel
rather
really
get out
bad.
in 2 seconds than 30.
And it looks like we have a timeout by the Dallas Derby Devils, which is a good time to remind you that our video presence today is brought to you by Hit Squad. And whether you want to capture your hard-hitting blocks, dazzling points, or slick jukes, Hit Squad has you covered with professional quality and individual team videos. Also, do you like fashion? Maybe interested in a purse? Check out the raffle for a LV-inspired purse and handbag. Every dollar raised helps support DC Doggos Rescue. DC Doggos Rescue is a possum nonprofit dedicated to rescuing and educating about amazing doggo Argentino breed. They help home and foster doggos all over the U.S. And once more, if you can't get enough Derby, the return of Clover Cup is hosted by the Dallas Derby Devils, and it is March 13th through 15th, 2026 at Nitec Sports Center in North Richland Hills, Texas. Follow the Dallas Derby Devils and Clover Cup. We have just over 5 minutes left in this bout, and we are at 153 to 144 in favor of Alamo City. Mosh and Priestess fighting up at the front of the pack, but no pack is called, forcing Mosh to let Priestess go. As Largo gets out of the pack as well.
These two jammers are going head to head, battling these packs.
I think Priestess is like Gumby or a gymnast because just the way that Priestess can fall but come back and not go out of bounds is incredible.
Like that 20-year-old athleticnism. I was like, how are you
And
bending like that?
unfortunately, Alamo City's jammer Largo is in the box.
Oh my goodness.
So we have a power jam for Dallas.
These
We
two
have a
teams are just keeping
1-point
it.
game.
These teams really know how to keep it tight.
And what just happened? We have another lead change. Everybody hydrate.
With 4 minutes left on the clock.
Johnny Pepper, how many lead changes have we had?
I'll have to tell you in a second. Did you pick MVP overall?
What? I'm looking.
Go.
I picked for Alamo. I'm still trying to figure out.
Say three. Say three. I think you're good.
I'm pretty sure that's our third lead change.
This could go down the last jam.
Starting off the power jam for Dallas. This could definitely go down to the last jam.
Largo is out of the pack, but Priestess is already out of the pack and around on a scoring pass. And Largo is trying to catch up, put some points on the board to break that lead change. Problem is, for every point Largo scores, Priestess is trying to put the same amount on the board, which means the differential does not change. Ace holding back Priestess, but Priestess is through for another 4 points.
Oh, they are dwindling this clock down, letting these laps just run.
One blocker from each team is in the box. Priestess hit out on the inside line, pulled back to the back of the pack. Largo through and past the final blocker, Sin Esperanza. 1 point game, everybody.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness.
We got a timeout from Dallas Derby Devils.
We have an official review for Dallas. Let's see, are we going to use it as a timeout or do we need to review? We got less than. We're going out. Okay, we are officially reviewing something.
This is a tight game. We got 5-point difference. 2 minutes left on the clock.
I am
I'm
officially
stressing.
reviewing MVPs at the moment, so. Alrighty, so just a little more information on that official review. The official review request from the Dallas Derby Devils was that a call be assessed to the Black Jammer from Alamo City, was 1337, because they believe that she left the box too early. However, upon review from the referees, they discussed it and have decided that the no call will stand, and so another penalty will not be assessed for leaving the box too early on Jammer 1337 from Alamo City. So no call stands.
Well, doesn't hurt to ask.
And what might be the penultimate jam of the game? You don't have to say that.
And there goes Priestess. Out again in front as your lead jammer.
2 minutes and 3 seconds left on the clock. Holding that wall in the back.
CJ blocking Priestess at the back, but Priestess finds that opening and just jukes
I saw
right
that.
through.
She looked like she was dancing through it. It's her little jukey jukes that she does.
Yeah. I want Priestess to teach a jammer class. I don't skate anymore, but I would still take it.
She definitely has her own style, you know what I mean? And like you can learn those different skills from the different styles.
Yes.
Yeah. Hear us out, Priestess. Throw a clinic together. With 1 minute and 14 seconds left on the clock. And 50 seconds left in this jam. Oh!
And Priestess is through.
Those ice cold moves.
And
Alamo's
Venus
Jammer
is through. High Priestess through for another 4 points.
She's trying to get back up to that 20 point.
Less than a minute left on the clock. 16 points so far in this jam for Priestess with 4 for Venus. We have the pivot for Alamo City in the box. Direction call on Big D for Alamo City.
And this is going to be right out.
Jam is called.
And that's the game.
And we are waiting. We are waiting on the final whistles.
Dallas Derby Devils has officially beat Alamo City Roller Derby.
We can't call the official score yet. It is still unofficial.
Oh.
We are waiting for the final whistle from the head ref. We have to wait at least 30 seconds for official reviews, timeouts, etc. before we can call that final score. And we also have to let the jam refs approve that final score. So we are waiting for that rolling whistle before we call this game.
I know we all get so excited, don't we?
Yes, yes. But right now, this could be an upset. I'm not going to lie. And apparently the video feed has gone out. So, oh, it's good now? Okay, cool. I'm getting text messages from my Alamo City team being like, oh, my God, I'm dying. And with that, the final whistle, we have Dallas Derby Devils with 184 to Alamo City of 170. Your winners for today are the Dallas Derby Devils.
Yes. That was a hard-fought game.
And I'm going to come around the front of this table real quick, and we're going to do MVPs for both teams. These are where's the thing? Oh, this is it. All right, and if I could have your attention, please. Dallas isn't paying attention yet. All right, we're going to announce the MVPs real quick. All right, so we're going to let you guys do your lap of honor, it seems. All right, Dallas, go ahead and take a lap. Congratulations to Dallas. And a well-fought, well-played game to Alamo City. Menace, get out there on your scooter. I'm not playing, Menace. Scoot your booty around that track. I'm just kidding. Excellent job to both teams. Beautifully played game. And then, skaters, I have MVP stickers. All right, so, Dallas, I have MVPs. From Dallas Derby Devils, your MVP jammer is going to be 0022. Your MVP blocker is going to be Glitter Pisser. And your MVP overall is going to be the High Priestess. So come on over. And then for Alamo City, your MVP jammer is going to be Largo. Your MVP MVP blocker is going to be Peanut Brutal. And MVP overall is Ace.